Tell them everything I said. Don't change it. Don't make it neat. Tell them the way I said it. Try your best. They will know what I'm saying. They will understand me. Tell them when I'm through with them, there will not be any of them who will ever disrespect me again or take my house for a mockery and a whorehouse. Tell them exactly like you heard me saying it. The same anger, the same emphasis. They will understand you. But even if they do not, I will do to them everything I have promised, for there will not be many of them left alive to defy me anymore if they keep going the way that they are going.
Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the 144,000, the brothers and sisters who in this truth, in all love, truth and sincerity, and fighting the fight. Shalom. Right, this is Brother Kyle here, back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And honestly, this video here is this is a dream that this sister had. Well, as you can see, it's part 3, right? I don't know where part 1 and part 2 is, because someone actually sent me this clip, right? And when I watched it just now, I watched the whole thing. It was like, I have to do a video on this, and I don't know if I might get to go through the whole thing and just bring up precepts, hence the split screen. Just bring up precepts as she's going, because I listened to it and it's like so many deep things that she was saying that, we've been prophesying for so many years, starting from the apostles come down. Understand? So let me try and do as less talking as possible, and I'll play most of the video and bring up precepts, right? So this is Joel 2, and I'll start at 28. It's saying, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy. And that is what she's doing, right? Because we already went through many videos and breakdowns about what a prophetess is, right? A prophetess is someone who is the wife of a prophet, or in any way is related to a prophet, and also someone who has dreams, which she will fill that category, right? Because she has dreams that are spot on, from what I saw so far, with this video and half of another one, right? So I will put this link in the description. Now this person just reposted her video, right? But her whole page is with videos from her, so of course, you brothers could go and check it out and whatnot, right? But I'll post the link for this one, Lord willing, I remember, for you all to check out her page and see the whole video if I don't happen to go through the whole thing, right? So this is verse 20. Actually, Salakia, I didn't finish. It says, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. Salakia, right? And if you've seen that happening, a lot of people getting dreams, visions, and all these things, especially as the prophecy is going along, right? So she mentioned something there in the beginning that, basically tell them as it is, don't basically spare their feelings, right? Which I should bring that precept afterwards, right? Because she started talking about the destruction that is to come, so you go down and read about it. In verse 30 it says, and I will show wonders in the heavens, and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as Yahweh had said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call, right? And that's the thing, the Lord dealing with the remnant, right? So before I bring out Isaiah 58, let me just read Isaiah 1 and 9, right? Speaking about that remnant, right? It says, except the Lord of hosts had left us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah, right? And we all know what happened to them, right? They were burnt to a crisp. Nothing still can't even grow there, right? So that is the reality of it, and that's what's gonna happen to Babylon the Great, you know. So let's go to the Isaiah 58 and 1. It says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins." Because this is the thing. Funny enough, I was watching the elders video just now, right, on YouTube, right? It was entitled Response, Hebrew Israelites. Because in the beginning, he showed a clip with this so-called black girl was saying how she don't agree with how, the aggressiveness and all these things, right? But the Lord says, spare not, because she don't know what our arguments is and whatnot. And as the elder said, if you don't know something, just shut up. It's best to just shut up, because you don't know what it is we're preaching about and whatnot. You haven't considered, right? You haven't considered what we be preaching about to go and listen and actually try and understand, right? But yet still you rather make a video saying, in other words, you don't care about what it is we preach or what the Bible say, you could get saved regardless. Because she knew that much. Because she thinks, she said, only Israelites can't get saved, It don't matter if it's a Chinese, a Japanese, whatever. Once you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, she said, you are saved, right? Which is blasphemy, because the Lord said, who the same that shall endure to the Salakia. How that scripture go to my double check. Endure to the end. I think that's in Matthew 24. See if it will come up here. Hold on. There we go. So Matthew 24 and 13, it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Mark 13 and 13. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So that is the only two precepts that literally telling you that, hey, if you endure to the end, you will be saved, right? It have other precepts that, will basically subliminally say it. You understand? But this is the one that literally saying it outright, right? If you don't endure to this end, that's the only way you could get saved, right? Unless you endure to the end, right? And the other thing that she said, it don't matter if it's a Chinese, Japanese, as long as you believe, right? Well, first of all, the only way you're going to believe is if he's an Israelite, right? So if you think you saw a so-called Chinese or Japanese, reading the Bible or showing interest, and hey, that person is a Jake. You understand? But they don't understand these things, right? These are the deeper mysteries that, the shallow antichrist or anti-Christians, just, that is the level they're on. They can't go any deeper. They were drunk. But let's continue here with what she's saying here.
So here's what the man in blue was saying, moving between the tables and shouting, clenching his fists as he spoke and coming right up close to the people. This is the part I remember. I'm about to mash up your life. Mash it up, crush it up. I'm about to judge all you sitting there ignorant, laughing, joking. You take me fearful. You think me no watch where you go? You think me no know what you be doing when you get there? You think me no see you? I'm about to wash all you out. I'm about to mash up your life, crush it up, mash it up. I'm about to mash all you. That is the general flow of what this man in the blue robe was saying. I'm not even speaking as loud as he was speaking or with the same because of the time, but this is what he was saying. I'll mash you. I'll crush you. You think me no see where you go? You think me no know what you do when you get there? You take me for a fool? You think me no see you? I'm about to wash all you out, mash you, mash it up and crush it up. I'm about to mash all you. He kept going table by table, table by table. He was going so close to people's faces, speaking in the faces of these people with so much anger. Yet these people did not perceive this man. I'm talking about coming close up to someone's face and making this crushing motion to show you, mash it up. To those of you who may not understand, if you look online, you will see that for the Caribbean, this word mash is not used the way we would just use it in English. If you're walking and you step on a cockroach and someone will say, oh, you mashed the cockroach, that just means to come down on the cockroach with force and squash it. That's all it means. To basically boil the potatoes, put them in a bowl, put some butter on it, and then just create a crushing motion to say mashed potatoes. When Caribbean people say that something is about to get mashed up, they don't just mean that something is about to get crushed up. They mean that something is about to be devastatingly destroyed in a way whereby the whole situation is going to scatter.
Can. Now what you see, it's very yappa because I was trying to pull on the screen here to see if y'all would see it, but I don't want to completely take it off. But in the blue writing, the blue background with the white writing, it says urgent scary message from the man in the blue robe, right? And as you could tell, the dream that she had is about death and destruction, and that is what the color blue represents. It means death. You understand? Because a lot of people, the color blue looks nice and warm, and but that color blue represents death. You understand? Now she has Yahweh, but we know it's Yahweh, but it's very mad at the Caribbean people. He said that he will mash up your life because of your sins, right? And then she has a list of some of the islands there: Haiti, Jamaica, Barbados, right? Antigua. I'm not sure what that other one is. It's Cuba, Dominica. Well, you get the idea, right? So it's the Caribbean countries. So you come like this is specific because we always banging about Babylon, of course, because that's mainly where the prophecies are stemming from, but the Lord is using this woman, and us as well, of course, but using this woman as well as a means of giving warning to the Caribbean people, because especially down here in Trinidad, right, we heard a lot about storms coming, hurricane coming, tsunami coming, X, Y, and Z, and then suddenly we just hear it make a U-turn to go this way, that way. Salakia, right? And then you will hear these wicked ninjas on them say that, God is a Trini, because the island keep getting spared and X, Y, and Z, and that's the thing, right? That's the thing. It's like the Lord just playing games with these ninjas because Salakia, come now with a bad cough. But yeah, because it's easy enough to just allow someone to believe that, hey, it's like you're tempting somebody with something. It's like you're showing them the danger coming, and then it's like you're taking it away. So that way, every time it happens, they'll get more and more complacent. Right, Salakia again. So they'll get more and more complacent about the things that is to come. Right? Because we know, as we read the scripture in Isaiah 1:9, the Lord only dealing with his remnant. Right? Only his remnant. Everyone else is going to be put to death. Right? And as I said, I only saw this video, I only saw this video from this sister here and a half of other video, not even half, like a little quarter of a video, but Lord willing, if she really needs spirit, that the Lord could really put the spirit on her to come to the fullness of the truth, and, get her husband in the truth if she doesn't have one already, and come under the umbrella of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You understand? Because you could tell she really sincere about the word to an extent, because for one thing, the first thing I noticed was that her head is covered, even though you're still seeing her hair, but say if her head uncovered, she dishonored her head. So right now her head is covered, right, while she giving out the word that the Lord showed her in the dream, so it shows, right? And she even paid respects to the simple fact that when she said in the beginning, the water it down, basically say it exactly how we say it, right? And when she repeated it, you could tell she emphasized on it. Now she's a woman, so her voice wouldn't be as powerful, because she even said so herself, right? But she did the best she could, and she delivering the message as it is. And that's the same thing we doing when we preaching out there, right? We don't be like handing out pamphlets and saying, hey, return to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He's all love, he's merciful, he's gonna destroy the place, but he's merciful. Turn back to him. No. You curse you out if it is you bugging, because at the end of the day we only fishing for the elect through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That is it, point blank period. And the rest of these two niggas out there, they just to get destroyed. They are just the multitude that born in vain. You understand? They are just wood for the fire. So let me read this precept here before I continue. Right? There's Ecclesiastes 7, and it says, a good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than one's Salakia. Let me read that over again. Ecclesiastes 7 and 1, it says, a good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. Right? Remember Job cursed the day he was born and whatnot. Right? Because living in a place like this is living hell. You understand? Because the same person who sent me this video, I was having a conversation with them and I was telling them that, hey, in this world, right? Because they were saying, you don't find the whole scenario with Diddy and all these things going on is a distraction. I say it is, right? Because I mean, come on. Everyone's so shocked about this whole thing, but in reality, if you're living in a world where the wicked rule, right? Job 9 and 24. You're living in a world where the wicked rule. You don't think just as how the Lord would have in his kingdom, he will set up righteous laws and whatnot for everyone to follow, and you are to abide by those rules, and if it is you don't, you'll be punished, right? It's the same way. If this devil rule in the world, he gonna set it up how he sees fit, which is completely against the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments, right? So in order to prosper in his world, right, you're gonna have to do all these abominable things. So all these celebrities, whether it's an artist, dealing with music, or you're somebody who's an actor, or you're an athlete, whatever you are, right, to make it big in this world, you have to do some form of witchcraft, idolatry, sacrifice, which is falling into the witchcraft and all these things. You have to do some demonic shit to reach where you are, right? So the fact that they're exposing these little things is to distract you from the bigger picture that is to come. You understand? And as even one of the brothers yesterday preaching, right? Brother Yakal, he mentioned that oh gosh, how that slipped my mind just so easy. Hold on. Wow, that really and truly just slipped my mind just like that, But anyways, basically what I'm saying is, being a person of this world, you have to if it is you want to make it big, you have to do all these abominable things against the Lord. You basically have to turn your back on the Lord and worship these devils to prosper. Because remember, these devils have God complex, so they want to make you feel like you are the person, they are the persons to rely on and not God. You understand? So this is the reality of it. So they want to be the ones able to control if you get rich or you stay poor and whatnot. But really and truly, it's still in the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But of course, these devils don't believe that because, again, God complex, right? So continuing down, it says, in verse 2, it says, better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart, right? So when I say for that is the end of all men, all these people and them, these celebrities and whatnot, who basically in the house of feasting, right? That will be the end of them, because they willing to go to any length, sacrifice their own family, their own kin, to make a couple extra bucks, right? Because these demons, they don't even know what the hell money really is, because that fiat currency is of no value, first and foremost. And then secondly, even if it has a certain level of value in this country or in this world, right? The things and the money that we're gonna have, the riches that we're gonna have in the kingdom, It feel in comparison. You understand? It feel in comparison to the kingdom. So make it make sense. You understand? Make it make sense. Verse 3 says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance of the heart, the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Right? And that's the thing. Sorrow is better than laughter. In this time in here, right? Don't mind, we might catch a few laughs or whatever it is. You understand? But overall, it's sorrow. You know? It say, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Right? Why is that? When you really check it out too. You understand? When you're in the house of mirth, right? As it says in verse 2, it says, it's better to go in the house of mourning. When in the house of mirth, which is laughter, you know, you tend to be complacent. You know? Everything for you is just a joke. Ha 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 ha, ki. You understand? And before you know it, that's all you're focusing on, because just yesterday and even this morning when I got up, you know, I was watching a few people's status and whatnot, and you know, Jake just in the house of mirth. They just in the glee, they just basically partying and, you know, just laughing and enjoying the so-called life, the miserable life. You understand? But as a person who's sad now, right? Like truly unhappy living in a place like this, where would their heart be? Right? Their heart would be more tend to focus on the scriptures, right? And that means talking about the ones in the truth, because it's all these wicked niggas who start out here and they still do all these abominable things, like they might smoke weed, and a lot of Jakers do that. They will smoke the weed and whatnot and ball. That's the way to that's the only way they could function. That's the only way that they could make themselves feel better, because it does help them take out the thoughts. But that is like a temporary thing, because why? Every day, every minute, every day you gotta be smoking a weed to feel good for a few hours, few minutes, or whatever it is. You understand? I never smoked weed, so I don't know. You know? So it's like, that's just a temporary thing. This truth is constantly keep you. You understand? That's why when it go down, it says the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. Right? The heart of the wise. It says, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Just explain that. Verse 5 says, it is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the songs of fools. Right? Because you know, a lot of people, especially accountability, right? I always speaking about accountability is women kryptonite. Even so for some of these men too. They don't like to take accountability for the things that they're doing and all these things. You understand? So when it is time to rebuke them, when we're preaching and whatnot, they don't want to hear it. They rather be, nah, God is not this and God is that, and you know, He gonna save me because I just chosen child and X, Y, and Z, and you can't prove any of those things. You can't prove it. That's just your emotions. You understand? Verse 6 says, for as the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This is also vanity. You understand? So hey, when it is you're really taking these tutors and whatnot, right, and the rebels around the world, they are just wood for the fire. They are just wood for the fire. This destruction that is to come, they have no idea what it really entails. We ourselves don't even know the extreme or the extent of how this destruction is going to be, because the Bible says it's going to be like a time never seen upon the earth. You understand? In Matthew 24, Daniel 12, and Jeremiah 30. You understand? Let's continue here.
It means that I'm going to get you in a way that when I lay my hands on you, it's done. And Jesus was basically saying that the whole thing is going to scatter when He puts His hand on the people who are known collectively as the Caribbean islands. And He was saying, you sitting here and you think that I'm ignorant. You're sitting here ignorant, but you think that I'm ignorant, and you're always laughing and joking. You think everything is funny. He says, you take me for a fool. You take the Lord for a fool. He says, you think me no watch where you go? That means that when you're married and you're creeping around like Terrence, who is now famous at the moment, Jesus says that he sees you. Remember that it was prophesied.
Now, this part here where she's going into is the only part that, you'll say she going off to an extent, because, she gonna talk as a woman, she gonna talk about, a man going, out for our next woman, X, Y, and Z, right? Because she mentioned this guy Terrence, for the brothers who are away and whatnot. That is just an incident that occurred where this guy named Terrence cheated on his wife, so-called he cheated on his wife and whatnot, and she had all the proof, pictures, videos, call logs, all these things, proof on how he was cheating. So when she confronted him with it, she was recording him, right? I don't think he did notice. She was recording the whole situation, and she was just bringing out all the truths and the facts and whatnot, and he was just sitting there, he couldn't say anything. So he was embarrassed. Now of course, everyone in the world gonna watch it as, he wasn't supposed to do that and whatnot, not supposed to cheat on his wife and all these certain nonsense. But at the end of the day, we don't know what it is, right? Because listening to the video, you could tell she was a very proud woman. Like if she doing all these things, and he should be faithful and loyal to she alone, because she doing all these things for him and X, Y, and Z. So it was just a bunch of drama. So as a woman, she gonna tend to touch on this and expound on it some more. So let's play it.
Years ago, I've been saying it. It's not only the elites will fall. I said that if you are the one cheating on your wife and you are used to cheating, your 11th cheat or your 5th affair, even your second adultery, if you're new to it, I said that this was the time period coming where the judgment of God will come from the mighty all the way down to the lowest. And I gave the example of the school principal here in America who was cheating with the music teacher, and his students wanted to be a blessing to him. They set up a surprise for him. They saw him driving somewhere and they thought, wouldn't it be great to follow him? Those kids followed that man with the marching band, burst into the hotel and started playing the marching band. And there was the man signing into the hotel register with the music teacher that he had been having an affair with. And the kids are live streaming. They're live streaming because other people in school want to see the principal getting blessed. Right now, Terrence, who cheated on his wife, this prophecy is for you. I was going to put it up on my social media, but those who know. A man who is a deadbeat, he doesn't work, he doesn't pay bills, he doesn't do anything. All he does is cheat on his wife. Well, his wife...
That's a different story, right? A man who don't work and do anything at all to supply his wife, right? You can really consider him a deadbeat, because as a man, he's supposed to be working, making a steady income, and basically taking care of your house. When you leave the wife to do all these things, this is where she could, utilize that power you give her, because you don't want to man up, and tend to sit there with her legs crossed, like you have to answer to her, and you just sit down there like an idiot, not knowing what to say. You understand?
Got the proof. She got the evidence. She filmed him, and it's all over the Caribbean islands right now. It's everywhere right now. That man has become a song in the mouth of children. He has his own song, his own dance hall tune that they made to mock him as a cheater. Every second TikTok right now is about him. Jesus is saying, you think when you go places, he doesn't know? When you're cheating, when you're the pastor who's fornicating. He says, you have turned my church into a whorehouse. That's what he was telling me. Tell them, they will understand what you're saying. They who turned the church into a whorehouse. The pastor is still on the pulpit. 3 of the babies that have been born in the church that same year are his. Each woman is sitting not knowing that it's the pastor's child. And they probably will not know for about 5 years until the babies all develop their father's face. That's when...
God. Alright, and so like I was supposed to read this before she continued in any further. Right? This is Proverbs 1 and 22, because she was talking about, she'll bring it up again, but this is Proverbs 1 and 22. I'm reading straight down because she was mentioning that, that the Lord is basically talking to all of them and they don't consider, right? I might have another precept to get with that. Let me see if I pull it up one time. Right. Kind of had a little thing there and accidentally swiped off the video. Right, but I got it back. So let me continue down here, right? It's Proverbs 1 and 22. It says, how long ye simple ones will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. Right? So the Lord say, how long ye simple ones, meaning you stupid people, right? According to Jeremiah 4 and 22, the Lord says people are sottish, which means stupid, right? How long would you turn at my reproof? You understand? So basically, yeah, no matter how many times, I reproof, I try to correct you, all these things, and they just continue to set my counsels at naught, meaning they give no regards to what the prophets are telling them. You understand? The Lord say what? I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Why is that? Because why? Don't we really need Ecclesiastes 7? They all in their parties doing this, enjoying the miserable lives, just basically laughing and, doing a set of wickedness. So, as the saying goes, who laugh last, laugh the best, right? And the Lord is the one that's going to get the last laugh. So while you laughing now, the Lord say he will laugh when your fear cometh, because even the scoffers and mockers, when we tell them the truth, they're going to laugh at us, right? When really and truly they're laughing at the Lord and mocking and scoffing the Lord. So the Lord saying no, because he stretched forth his hand and he ain't consider, right? He will laugh at your calamity, he will mock when your fear cometh. You understand? And how we going to do it? Just through the same set prophets that he was laughing at, because you were laughing at him through the prophets. So through the prophets, now the Lord will laugh at you when your time come. Right? It says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and when your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall all call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Yeah, they're gonna be like, wait, where these prophets was? Where are they? Right? They want to know where the prophets are, who was telling them and warning them about these things to come. You understand? They're gonna ask, who are this? Where are they? Who these people really are? Where do they live? You want to learn more. All these things. You understand? These are the things that they will wanna do in that time, but hey, it will be too late. It will be too late. Let's get the Isaiah 1 and verse 3. Right? It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel do it not know, my people do it not consider. Right? A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, right? Sin upon sin, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken the Lord, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Right? So when you really take it in now, when she speaking about that, when I'm sure saying the Lord was going up to every one of them and saying, hey, you doing X, Y, and Z, you did this, you did that, and he was angry, right? And she said there wasn't even considering what it is he's saying. That is it, because we read in the Isaiah 58 and 1, right? It says, what? Show my people their transgressions. So when we out there and we preaching and singing angry, right? Which for the most part it would be anger through the spirit, right? Not carnal anger as in, boy, I hate you so much I want to cough in your face. So, not that, spiritual anger in the sense of the Lord's people are so stupid, and everything that we bring out, we prove it, showing you 100% truth, and you will still deny it, right? So you will get spiritually angry to the sense of it's like you just send up the curses and call it judge, So verse 5 says, why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint. Right? So the Lord said, oh, why should he be stricken anymore? Why should he hold back anymore? Right? Right now it's just to unleash the prophecies, right? Which the prophecies that is to come is just mourning, destruction, and death. right? Or lamentation, moaning and woe, as Ezekiel said, right? Because the funny thing is, I reply to a comment. You know me, I just can't stay off the comment board because people will make some stupid ass remarks, right? Um, this one lady said, please, please, can we hear good prophecies? You know, and she was like, it wasn't on this video, it was on the other one, otherwise I'd bring it up. Please, please, can we hear good prophecies? Something like that, right? But at the main point, and I replied, I was like, I said, what main prophecies you want to hear, motherfucker? And I didn't put the whole thing, I just put MF, right? I was like, Salakia, right? I was like, what good prophecies you want to hear, motherfucker? Like, everything that is to come is just destruction, you know? And I said, are you mental? And I left it like that, you know, because like, it's not even her comment alone, it was other people comment where I saw, you know, it just reminded me of the scripture that says, you know, speak unto us smooth things. You know, this is the things that these demons want to hear. They just want to hear nice things. Because I replied to other comment as well, where someone was saying, can't we just pray for positivity? And I like, bruh, your so-called positivity that you seeking is just an excuse you're looking for to escape reality, right? Because you're saying all the prophets and them preaching about is bad things, as she said. So I said, um, the bad things that you preaching about or that you claiming is negativity in a sense, you know, is the reality that they warning you about. The positivity that you want is basically to be in a bubble, right? To escape the reality of all these things. And that is really what these tutors want. They want to live comfortably. They want to hear about more distress and more things because all they do is smoke weed to try and get rid of the troubles. They go in and party to get rid of the troubles. You know, according to my ex Winnie Wool, you know, she going and fuck to get away she troubles. You know, basically sex the only place. Cause you know sex is a good feeling obviously. You know. So you're gonna have sex to basically relieve your stress and get rid of all your thing. And they, a lot of these demons is, you know, they gonna do same thing as the scriptures say here, right? A sinful nation, a people leading with iniquity, right? So they're gonna, as I say, iniquity is sin upon sin. So they're gonna commit more sin to try and wash away or to try and cover up or get rid of their other sins from before. You understand? But it's just iniquity. Continuing on in verse 6, it says, from the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and petrifying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither modified with ointment. Right? Your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire, your land strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. Right? And that's the thing. All these things gonna happen because, as we said, we read verse 9 earlier, right? The Lord, if He didn't left us a remnant, would have been like Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Which was burnt, you know. So that's why the Lord say, hey, His people, the ox know the crib, the ox know it is owner, and the ass the master's crib, but Israel don't even know, and they don't even consider. That is the more painful part for the Lord, is that they don't even consider because they don't know. You know, as a smart person, if you don't know something, you will inquire, especially if it is somebody willfully bring it to you. You would want to inquire about it. They don't even consider it. They don't even want to hear about the Lord. They rather rely on weed and sex and parties to try and sweep away their troubles, you know, as a way to forget, you know, all the things that they're going through. When they don't know Lord, the Lord is the answer. And if they do want to come to the Lord now, it's because they only want to hear smooth things, right? Because they think hearing nice things that, you know, the Lord will cover you, the Lord will bless you, He will show mercy unto you. They think if they just hear that, you know, it's enough to help them fight through and whatnot. Now we hear that and we believe it as well, of course. We know the Lord will do that for us, you know. But you can't just take the truth, right? I say the truth. You can't just take the nice smooth words and run with that alone. Because in order to get the kingdom, we have to go through all these things that is to come first, right? And all of that is in the word of the Lord. And you can't just disannul that part because you don't like it or you find it too harsh. That's how the Lord sets it up, and ain't nothing none of us could do about it. You understand? But hey, I end up didn't really going through the whole video because I already reached 40 minutes. I doesn't like to make my videos too long. You know, maybe I might make a part 2, or as I said, I'll just post the link in the description. You know, so yeah. I hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yoshan. Because the rest of this is a dream is it is Yapa. So I'll urge you all to, you know, to look at it, you know, finish watch it out or watch over the whole thing, however you want to do it. But yeah, till next time, Shalom.